Good morning, everyone. This is Gardena. Welcome to my channel, Handmade by Gardena, and we are to day 12 of the collaboration with hashtag 12 Days of Digis 2020 with Cara Brandon Creations and Dear Julie Julie. This is our final day, day 12. These are the digis that we are going to be working with today. These are Dear Julie Julie's. We have this beautiful barn with the lake and the blue Santa. Small piece of ephemera here. This beautiful rose and an icy scenery here. Snow scenery here. This is Cara Brandon's. We have these two tags here and a pocket here with bingo and sheet music and part of a postcard. And Cara Brandon has also created a freebie that you can purchase on her, or you don't have to purchase it, you get it for free on her website, of these small journaling cards. So there's 5 of them. And they have some snow backgrounds also. First of all, I would like to thank all of my returning subscribers and my new subscribers that I have gotten throughout this series. And I would like to thank Dear Julie Julie and Cara Brandon for letting me be an elf. I have enjoyed myself very much. I have tried to come up with different techniques, ideas, and everything for you to enjoy. I hope I have inspired some of you to try some of these techniques and to do them yourself. And I've enjoyed watching the other elves, and I have learned new things from watching the other elves. So please go to their YouTube sites and watch their 12 days of digis, because I will put a link below in the description box, because they have done an amazing job also. We have some elves that's done all 12 days, just like I have, and there's been some elves that's done 1 day, some that's done 2 days, and some days that's called, or some elves that's called themselves Elf on a Shelf, that can commit themselves whenever they can. So Dear Julie Julie had called them Elf on a Shelf, which I thought that was very cute. So I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you all so very, very much. I appreciate each and every one of you all that watches my videos, everyone that leaves me comments. I've had such kind comments. I can't express all the kindness that you all have given to me. I appreciate it so very much. And I want to thank Cara Brandon and Dear Julie Julie again for letting me be a part of this. And I know they have talked about doing this later on in the future, and hopefully I can be a part of that. So with that said, let's get on to our page spread. I have done a couple of different things. Some things I have never done before. So the first thing we're going to do is, I have done this from Dear Julie Julie, and I have done some water painting on it with some metallic paint, which I hope you all can see that. The camera doesn't really give it justice. And I've done some watercoloring on the front of this, which I didn't do all of this. I've just done the leaves and the snow and this white flower here, and put a little bit of pink. And on this one, all I wanted to do was the rose. And the rose I did in 4 different colors to give it some dimension. And you can see there's a metallic to it when you put it in the light. And then on Dear Julie Julie Snowman in the blue, I did some watercoloring on him also. Excuse me. So I did that, and that was a lot of fun. And some other things, another thing that I did new is I did some slow stitching. So I did some slow stitching on that, and there I just did a simple stitch. I don't know the names of the stitches, but I just did a simple stitch there. And on this piece of ephemera, that was from Dear Julie Julie. This is part of the tag here, from, or the pocket there from Cara Brandon. This part here that I cut off, and I did like a crisscross stitch there. So that is some of the things that I have done new that I had never done before. So what we're going to do today, sorry for the reach, is we are going to make this a pocket. And this is from Dear Julie Julie. I hope you all are doing well and taking care of yourselves and trying to stay busy, because I know a lot of communities are still in lockdown. Where I did some watercolor painting on this one. This paper warped a little bit, which is to be expected when you add some water on it. But once it gets in the journal and gets with the other pages, it'll flatten out. And gluing it down will help it flatten out. And we will do our label up top here like we normally do, so we can put our 12 days on. And this is from a part of that pocket from Cara Brandon. And this is the piece off of Dear Julie Julie from the Blue Snowman. I just cut it off. And took some decorative scissors to the top. We're going to put it on toward the top here. And this is the piece that I did some slow stitching on, which you can tell I'm not a very good sewer by looking at the back of this. This is the very first time that I did some slow stitching, which I had a good time doing it. It's just very hard to do, I must say. Hopefully it'll get easier as I do it more. Excuse me. And we are going to put our 12 days on. And I did the rubber bands for our day 12. And I did that in peeled paint. Dear Julie Julie's tag, I'm going to use my crocodile, and we're just going to put some scalloped edges on it. I think this tag is beautiful, just the way it is. And I really didn't want to change anything about it. So we are going to put it in this pocket here. Not going to put it all the way in yet. And some of Cara Brandon's journaling cards, the small ones, which there is one that's not in here because I used it a different way. I put a hole in them, and I put a hole reinforcer and put some peeled paint on it. And the one that I watercolored in the metallic paint, I put on top. And then I have this one, and then this one. I thought we would make like a little tied notebook. So I'm not going to tie it completely. We're going to leave it. A little bit. Put a knot there. And then hopefully I can do a bow on camera. Let's cut some of that off. Make sure that we don't cut off the strings that we want to keep. And I always reinforce that little bow with some glue. And I always reinforce the ends of the baker's twine with some glue because they can come undone. So we'll set this over here to dry before we put it in that pocket. Over here we have Cara Brandon's bingo card that I've cut half of it off, but I'm still going to make it a pocket of the half that I have left. And we're just going to put it down here. Wipe up this excess glue. And then Dear Julie Julie, the part that I slow stitched on, which is the running stitch, that's the name of the stitch. I can think of it now. We're going to glue it on. And you have to be careful when you stitch paper because it can tear on you. So you have to be very, very careful. And we're just going to put it on the side here. Just a piece of our baker's twine. So we have that there. And then I took Cara Brandon's tags. And I took this one here, poked a hole in the side, and put a grommet on it with a snowflake charm and a bulb pin. There's still a piece of baker's twine. It must have stuck to my finger. I took her other tag and we are going to, I folded it in half and we are going to glue it down around the tag because we are going to make this a layered tag. And I want to go up about right here with this, with her other tag. So it's on this side too. Which there's still a little bit of room to journal on the bottom of it. You put some glue underneath this right here. It didn't quite glue all the way down. Oops, sorry. So the ones that are doing the day 12, the 12 days of Digi's 2020, are you all as sad as I am that today is the 12th day? Really hate to see it end. I've had a really good time of doing this, and I'm sure you all probably are too, and I hope you all have had as much fun as I've had. And this is part of that pocket of Cara Brandon. I just cut the music part off and we're going to put it up here in this corner. But just leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've had a good time of doing the 12 days, if you've done it. Or if you've not done it, if you'd enjoyed watching me and the other elves do the 12 days of Christmas or the 12 days of Digis. I've enjoyed watching the other elves. I have learned a lot of things from them. This is some cheesecloth that's been coffee dyed that I glued here. And this was the other tag that I did, and I just took my circle punch and punched out the little scenery here. That's why I didn't have the other one to put in like our little notebook that we made. I'm going to put some extra glue on this since it's on that cheesecloth in the middle. And we will put it right here. And then the Santa from Dear Julie Julie that I cut out, we are going to put on this tag also. We're going to put him toward the bottom. I think sometimes when you put your, even if you put ribbon or like a dangle or anything, sometimes on the side of the tag, it just gives it something unique to look at, something different. So I like doing that sometimes, putting it on the side instead of always in the middle, just to give it a different look. So I like putting it on the side sometimes. So we're going to put that there. And this should be dry. So there's our little notebook that we've made that just hangs like this, that we're going to put in this pocket here. So let me put my pen back in my glue and we'll do our quick recap. Okay, so this is what we've done. We have took Dear Julie Julie's small ephemera here. I did a slow running stitch, hand stitched around it. Took Cara Brandon's tag, but I cut the flap off over here and just did this part, glued it down like a tag, or like a pocket. Took her tag, one of the tags, folded the other tag in half, put around it sideways. Took some cheesecloth, coffee dye cheesecloth, put under that, with some music paper under that. Took my circle punch and cut out that scenery there. With Dear Julie Julie Santa that I watercolored with, or water painted with the metallic paint, as you can see when I shine it in the light. Put my snowflake dangle in the side, and that goes in this pocket here. And on this side we took Dear Julie Julie's large journaling card, and I had to cut it down some for it to fit in on my page, but I water painted it with watercolor with the metallic paint, as you can see. And up here we did our label. This is Dear Julie Julie with the number 12. Slow stitch some crisscrosses here with the other side of this pocket of Cara Brandon's here, and this is another part of Cara Brandon's pocket. I watercolored the big rows of Dear Julie Julie's journaling card, and we just did a scalloped edge on all four corners. Put it in that pocket. Cara Brandon, we took the rest of her small journaling cards, put a hole in them with a hole reinforcer. Took our baker's twine. It is red, green, and white, and left it a little bit long, put a bow at the end. On the front one, I, with watercolors, painted this flower and the snow and the leaves, and the rest I left plain and put in this pocket here. At the end, in the section of this video, I will have Dear Julie Julie's YouTube link and Cara Brandon Creations YouTube links, and I will have their Etsy links where you can purchase the 12 days of Digis 2020 for you to do, which you don't have to do it the first 12 days. You can do it anytime to maybe get prepared for Christmas next year, or do Christmas in July like a lot of people does, or just get a head start on Christmas next year for a project for someone to make them a journal. I mean, you can do Christmas anytime. Who says you have to do it the first 12 days of December? You make your own rules in the journaling world. That's the good part of doing this. I want to thank everyone, all my subscribers, for watching all my videos. I want to thank you for giving me thumbs up. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave me a comment. And again, thank you for all the wonderful comments that you have left me thus far. I appreciate them very, very much. I appreciate all of my subscribers very much. I want to thank Cara Brandon Creations and Dear Julie Julie for letting me participate in the 12 days of Digis 2020. I've had a wonderful time, and I think on the 14th they're going to go live with all of the extras that people have in their kits and do something with, which I do not have any leftovers from any pages. I have used every single part of the kit. But where I have printed off the kit twice to show you all the pages like I have each day, like this, I can cut out pieces of the kit to use if I need it somewhere else. And when I complete this journal, I will do a flip through for you all. And I think it's on the 14th is when they are going to do their live and finish with the leftovers that they have, I believe. I don't not seen anywhere where they've set a time or anything. But just watch their channels for the time and the correct date. But I'm pretty positive it's the 14th. And I want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. Which you will see me before Christmas, I know. But I just want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, because after I complete this journal, I won't be doing anything else with Christmas. I am going to do a winter journal that I'm beginning to start work on. But I wasn't going to do a Christmas journal at all until this. But I've had so much fun. I've enjoyed this very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed watching the other elves. Please go visit the other elves. I'll leave the link in my video down below. And I want to tell you all to be safe, be happy, be healthy, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.